There is a problem, right?
Correct.
If you push these public sector banks to lend to them,
Yes.
what if these loans go bad?
Yeah.
If this loan goes bad, then government has to capitalize.
Correct.
So solution to that is forbearance.
Yeah.
Right? That completes the cycle.
Correct.
So now government is not spending on capex.
Yeah.
If the government is spending, then you don't want to halt these projects.
Correct.
Who's going to spend? You make these public sector banks spend.
Correct.
But it's lend to these sectors.
Yes.
But lending too much money to this sector
Yes.
is risky. These are long term,
Yeah.
and there were
They have
all
to
of
pay interest rate on it.
interest rate, and then there were issues with environmental
Yeah,
clearance. Lot of these projects got stuck.
Correct.
Now when they get stuck, this becomes NPA.
Yeah.
Now we know this whole thing. When it becomes NPA, then you have to provision. Capital goes down. Provision is hit on capital.
Correct.
Who owns government?
Government.
Government itself. Then they have to put money again
Correct.
from the budget.
Correct.
How do you avoid this whole cycle?
Yes.
Just announce forbearance. Why this forbearance policy was thought of way before crisis?
Yeah.
Because the reason is infrastructure was given special.
Preferential treatment.
See, the 2008 crisis was not an infrastructure crisis.
Correct.
It was a financial crisis globally.
Yeah.
Indian infrastructure is the least connected to global financial crisis. I could have understood if they had given this to exports. Because when there is a global financial crisis, export is something that will be hurt
Yeah.
if there was some special package to export.
Yes.
But it was specifically designed for infrastructure is this reason.
Yeah.
And we know that in 2008 there was a large scale farm waiver.
Yeah.
It was something like 2% of GDP.
Yeah.
1.8 or something, which is something like, so today if you give something like 4.5 lakh crores, 4.5 5 lakh crore if you give 1.6 1.7% of the GDP. So when you spend so much from the budget, so you will not have money to spend on infrastructure, and then you make banks to spend. So this is the motive, which we speculate.
Yeah.